AirAsia flight QZ8501 slipped off radar screens early in the morning of December the 28th over the Java Sea to the northeast of Jakarta. 162 people were on board the Airbus A320, travelling from Surabaya in Indonesia to Singapore, including 7 crew members. The aircraft took off at 35 minutes past 5 local time and climbed to a cruising altitude of some 9,700 metres. Air traffic controllers in Jakarta say they lost radar contact with the flight at 6:18 a.m. local time. The Indonesian Transport Ministry explained the pilot requested a change of course to avoid bad weather, but did not send any distress call before the plane disappeared. The head of Indonesia's search and rescue agency said he believed flight QZ8501 was at the bottom of the sea.
So what might have gone wrong with Flight 8501? Well, there are some clues. We know the pilot asked to climb and turn to avoid bad weather. Other pilots tell me that is normal behaviour for this part of the world, which can be very stormy. And look at this real footage. The average plane actually gets hit by lightning at least once a year. Even the most violent storms, though, shouldn't bring it down, although it can happen, especially if the crew don't react well to a problem. The Airbus A320 is one of the safest aircraft in the skies. There are 6,000 flying around with 300 operators. Now, the AirAsia aircraft wasn't old, and the airline itself has a very good safety record. And as for terrorism, well, so far there is nothing to indicate the flight was targeted by hijackers or a terrorist group. Whatever happened, the lack of a mayday call shows it happened very quickly. Look at this sped-up radar picture. The missing plane is in red. Plenty of aircraft were close by at the time. They would all have an ear open for distress calls. No one heard anything.
The plane is tracked by radar in that part of the world. They have full radar coverage. They have full radio coverage, VHF radio coverage. So if the aircraft is no longer on radar, then the speculation is, and it's only speculation, is that it's no longer flying.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me again, then shame on everybody watching. You jokers sitting here letting them lie to me like that and letting me believe every single lie. Missing AirAsian flight is the 3rd airplane incident with ties to Malaysia. 3 airplanes in 1 year, jokers? With ties to Malaysia? Let's look at the odds of the plane crash again. 0.00001%. And yet we done seen 3 of those happen. All in the same year. What the heck, you jokers? What you think? 3rd time's the charm? What, you want to end the year with a big bang, jokers? And now these jokers have an excuse to come out with their overly done graphics, trying to explain stuff. Okay, QZ8501, this is what we know. Take a look at this. Aircraft had been flying at 32,000 feet. Pilot asked to fly at 38,000 feet to avoid clouds. And I wouldn't mind flying 38,000 feet to avoid jokers. Look at these people. Now they want to say, oh, okay, now the plane is probably at the bottom of the ocean. How they say that? Well, the radar data indicates that it's at the bottom of the ocean. They know what it's playing at. So you know what? I'm going to just pay attention to them, because they like to change up the story. And then they like to drag on over and over and over again. Doggone it, jokers. Just tell us where the plane at. Matter of fact, hashtag where the plane at.